Hello dear students, I hope you all are fine and doing well in your studies. So students, in this chapter of sequences and series, so far we have studied till arithmetic progression, and now we are in a position to understand the meaning of arithmetic mean, or in short AM. So in this particular lecture, we are going to discuss about arithmetic mean, various terminologies related to it, and how do we insert an arithmetic mean between two numbers. So let's get started with the topic, and in the end we will be doing some questions based on arithmetic mean. So without delaying further, let's get started. So as far as arithmetic mean is concerned, it is also denoted by, in short, it is written as AM. AM stands for arithmetic mean. And if we have two numbers A and B, these are the two numbers, then their arithmetic mean is given by A plus B divided by 2. Alright, which means we can also say that arithmetic mean of two numbers is the average or simply the mean of those two numbers. Right? And average used to be calculated in this way only, that we have to first add all the numbers and divide by the quantity which is equal to the number of numbers, and here the number of numbers are 2, so we have divided with 2. So this is simply the arithmetic mean of two numbers. Now let us suppose an example in which we have two numbers, one is 2 and another number is 6, and we have to find out the arithmetic mean. So arithmetic mean of these two numbers is equal to 2 plus 6 divided by 2, as I have explained over here. So this becomes equal to 8 by 2, which is 4. So one can easily observe that if I put this arithmetic mean between these two numbers, the resulting sequence turns out to be an AP. ऑलराइट, अगर हमने अरिथमेटिक मीन को उन दोनों नंबर्स के बीच में रखा तो ये जो सीक्वेंस हमें मिल रहा है वो एक अरिथमेटिक प्रोग्रेशन AP दिखाई दे रहा है. ठीक है, सो फार सो गुड. सो इफ नाउ आई हैव टू नंबर्स A एंड B, and now I am inserting A1, A2, A3. Three arithmetic means between these two numbers. So if we insert three arithmetic means between these two numbers, then this resulting sequence will become an AP. Similarly, if I insert four arithmetic means A1, A2, A3 and A4 between A and B, then again the meaning is going to be that the resulting sequence turns out to be an AP. So in general we can say that if we have n arithmetic means between two numbers A and B, then the resulting sequence is an AP. Alright, so this is a point worth noting. What I'm trying to say, that if we have two numbers A and B, and if we insert n arithmetic means which are A1, A2, A3, A4 up till An, if I am inserting n arithmetic means between A and B, then in that case this sequence results in an AP. We can treat this sequence as an AP and we can apply all the properties of AP in this particular sequence. Alright, so far so good. So now let's move forward, and with the help of the properties of AP, with the help of the formulas that are present in an arithmetic progression, we are going to obtain A1, A2, A3 and An. That is how to obtain the n arithmetic means between two numbers. Alright, so now again we have two numbers A and B, and we are inserting n arithmetic means between A and B. Alright, and these n arithmetic means are A1, A2, A3 up till An. चलिए तो लिखते हैं सीक्वेंस को. सीक्वेंस होगा A, A1, A2, A3 up till An, and last term is going to be b. और हम जानते हैं कि ये पूरा सीक्वेंस किस में होगा, अरिथमेटिक प्रोग्रेशन में होगा. Alright, this progression is going to be an arithmetic progression. Now, if I ask you how many terms are there in this sequence or in this progression, so n terms over here from a1 to an and 1 over here and 1 over here. So total here are n plus 2 terms. In this sequence, total number of terms are equal to how much? N plus 2. Alright, so now since this sequence is in AP, A1 stands for the second term of this AP. A2 stands for the third term of this AP. A3 stands for the fourth term of this AP. Alright, and B stands for the last term of the AP and A stands for the first term of the AP. So according to the formula of last term, we know that Tn or An or L is equal to what? A plus n minus 1 into D, where D is the common difference. So now since last term is B, we can have B equals to first term is A. So A plus, at the place of n we will have to substitute n plus 2. So this becomes n plus 2 minus 1 times D. So from here we can have the value of D. The value of D or the common difference comes out to be B minus A whole divided by n plus 1. Alright, so now we are done with the common difference of this particular AP. The common difference of this particular AP will always be equal to what? B minus A divided by n plus 1, where this n indicates the number of arithmetic means to be inserted between A and B, and this B indicates what? If we are selecting two numbers A and B, then B is the second number or the last number, and A is the first number from which the sequence or arithmetic progression starts. You have to memorize this box that D is equal to B minus A over n plus 1 along with the terminologies related to it. So now one can easily calculate A1. A1 is nothing but second term of AP and second term is given by A plus D. And A plus D becomes A plus B minus A divided by n plus 1. If you want, you can have the LCM and enjoy further. So A2 is equal to A plus 2D. Why? Because A2 is the third term of this sequence and third term is given by A plus 2D. So this is A plus 2 times B minus A upon n plus 1. And A3 is equal to A plus 3D, which is A plus 3 times B minus A divided by n plus 1. So this continues till the last arithmetic mean An, and An is going to be what? A plus n times D, and this is further equal to A plus n times B minus A divided by n plus 1. Alright, so students, in this way we can evaluate or we can calculate each and every arithmetic mean inserted between two numbers A and B. Alright, so far so good. I hope everybody is understanding. So now, in order to make our concepts more crystal clear, let's do some questions based on arithmetic means. Let's see this basic example which says that insert 6 numbers between 3 and 24 such that the resulting sequence is in an AP. So since the resulting sequence is an AP, we can say that these 6 numbers are going to be 6 arithmetic means between 3 and 24. So here we have value of A equals to 3, value of B equals to 24, and value of n equals to 6. And we are inserting 6 arithmetic mean which are A1, A2, A3, A4, A5 and A6. So we are required to determine these 6 arithmetic means. Alright, so let us first calculate common difference of the AP. Common difference is D, and D is given by the formula B minus A upon n plus 1. So B minus A becomes what? 21 divided by n plus 1 becomes what? 7. So this is equal to 3. So the common difference comes out to be equal to 3, and first term is also equal to 3, is equal to a plus d, which is equal to 3 plus 3, and this is 6. Alright, a2 is equal to a plus 2d, so this becomes 3 plus 2 into 3, which is equal to 9. a3 is equal to a plus 3d, which is 3 plus 3 into 3, which is 12. a4 becomes a plus 4d, so this is 3 plus 4 into 3, which is 15. And a5 is equal to a plus 5d, so this is 3 plus 5 into 3, so this becomes 18. And last a6 is equal to a plus 60, so this is 3 plus 6 multiplied by 3, and which is equal to 21. So we are done with finding the 6 arithmetic means between two numbers, and those two numbers were 3 and 24. And now one can easily observe that if I insert or if I write them down all together, we get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 and 24. So these were the two numbers that we have been given, and these are the arithmetic means that we have inserted. So you can see that these all terms make the sequence in an AP, along with the first term as 3, last term as 24, and common difference as 3 units. Alright, I hope everybody must have understood this particular question, and everybody must have been now comfortable in finding out the n arithmetic means between two numbers. If a raised to the power n plus b raised to the power n whole divided by a raised to the power n minus 1 plus b raised to the power of n minus 1 is the arithmetic mean between a and b, then find the value of n. Now since we know that the arithmetic mean between two numbers a and b is given by a plus b whole divided by 2, and this is given to be equal to this quantity. So let us equate with a raised to the power n plus b raised to the power n divided by a raised to the power n minus 1 plus b raised to the power n minus 1. Now we have to simplify this equation, or we have to find the value of n. So let's cross multiply. We get a plus b multiplied by a raised to the power n minus 1 plus b raised to the power n minus 1, and in RHS we are going to get twice of a raised to the power n plus b raised to the power n. So upon multiplication of these two terms we get a raised to the power n. Upon multiplication of these two terms we get a b raised to the power n minus 1. When we multiply these two we get b a raised to the power n minus 1, and finally we get b raised to the power n. And over here we have 2a raised to the power n plus 2 times b raised to the power n. Now taking all the terms to RHS, we are going to get a raised to the power n plus b raised to the power n minus a b raised to the power n minus 1 minus b a raised to the power n minus 1, and this is equal to 0. Now from these two terms we are going to collect a raised to the power n minus 1 as common, and from these two terms we are going to collect b raised to the power n minus 1 as common. So upon taking a raised to the power n minus 1 as common, we are going to get a minus b, and from here b raised to the power n minus 1 is common, we are going to get b minus a. This is equal to 0. So in all we are going to have a minus b multiplied by a raised to the power n minus 1 minus b raised to the power n minus 1, and this is equal to 0. Alright students, now either this factor is going to be equal to 0 or this factor is going to be equal to 0, but this cannot be equal to 0 because a cannot be equal to b. Alright, they have to be two distinct numbers. That is how we are going to insert arithmetic mean between two numbers if they are distinct only, right? So this is not equal to 0. So we are left with a raised to the power n minus 1 minus b raised to the power n minus 1. Only this has to be equal to 0. So a raised to the power n minus 1 is b raised to the power n minus 1. These two are going to be equal provided that their bases are different. Now since the bases are different, there is only one possibility of these two to be equal, that their exponent becomes equal to 0 simultaneously, and in that case n minus 1 equals to 0. So n has to be equal to 1. So for this expression to be the arithmetic mean between a and b, the value of n is equal to what? 1. Alright, one can easily verify that when n is equal to 1 substituted, the numerator becomes a plus b and denominator becomes 2. So LHS is equal to the RHS at n equals to 1. Alright, let's move to our next question. Next question says between 1 and 31 m numbers have been inserted in such a way that the resulting sequence is an AP, and ratio of 7th and m minus 1th numbers is 5:9. Find the value of m. So we have been given two numbers. First number is equal to 1 and second number is equal to 31, and between these two numbers we have inserted now m arithmetic mean. Alright, and then we have been given about the ratio of 7th and m minus 1th arithmetic means, because we have been mentioned over here as numbers, and numbers are these which have been inserted. So basically we have been given the ratio of 7th arithmetic mean to m minus 1th arithmetic mean as to equal to 5/9. Alright, so 7th arithmetic mean is nothing but a plus 7d. This is whole divided by m minus 1th arithmetic mean, and this is equal to a plus m minus 1 into d, and this is equal to 5/9. Alright, now first of all let us calculate or evaluate the value of d in terms of m, so that we can substitute the value of d in this relation in order to get the answer. So d is going to be what? B minus a divided by number of terms, number of arithmetic means plus 1, and number of arithmetic means is m, so this is m plus 1. So b becomes 31, a is 1, so in numerator we get 30 divided by m plus 1. So d is equal to 30 divided by m plus 1. So let us substitute the value of d as 30 divided by m plus 1 and a as 1. So this becomes 1 plus 7 into 30 divided by m plus 1 whole divided by 1 plus m minus 1 into 30 divided by m plus 1, and this is equal to 5/9. Now numerator becomes m plus 1 plus 210 divided by denominator becomes m plus 1 plus 30m minus 30, and this is equal to 5/9, because upon taking LCM m plus 1 gets cancelled off from numerator and denominator after taking the LCM, right? So we can have in LHS m plus 211 divided by 31m minus 29, and this is equal to 5/9. Now you have to just cross multiply and simplify for the value of m, and the value of m is equal to 40. Alright, value of m comes out to be equal to 40. So the corresponding value for which the resulting sequence turns out to be AP is m equals to 40. Alright, so this is also a question which was based on arithmetic mean between two numbers. Let us look at one more question. This question says, if the sum of n terms of an AP is 3n square plus 5n and its mth term is 164, find the value of m. So this question is based on sum of n terms of an AP, and also it is based on the general term of an AP. Alright, we have been given the sum of n terms as 3n square plus 5n, and the mth term, that is am, is equal to 164. Then we have to find the value of m. Alright, now see, here is a very important concept, that whenever you have to determine the general term from the Sn, that is sum of the n terms, whenever you are required to find the general term from sum of the n terms, you are supposed to use this fact that Sn minus Sn minus 1 is equal to An always, and this is valid for each and every sequence, even if it is not an AP, even if it is not a GP, even if it is any of the sequence, because Sn represents sum of n terms and Sn minus 1 represents sum of n minus 1 terms. So if I subtract the sum of n minus 1 terms from all the sum of n terms, we are going to left with is nth term only. Alright, so one must realize the importance of this formula, that whenever you have to determine the general term from the sum of n terms, you can use Sn minus Sn minus 1 equals to An. Alright students, so we can write from here that Sm minus Sm minus 1 will be equal to what? Will be equal to what? This is equal to Am. So Sm has been given to be equal to 3m square plus 5m. I have just replaced n with m. Minus Sm minus 1 can be obtained by the replacing n with m minus 1. So this becomes 3m minus 1 whole square plus 5m minus 1, and this is equal to am. Alright, now take these two terms together and these two terms together. We can have 3m square minus m minus 1 whole square plus 5m minus m minus 1 equals to am. Alright, so far so good. Now we can write 3 over here. We can use a square minus b square identity, which is equal to a plus b and a minus b, and a minus b is nothing but equal to 1. So over here we have m minus m plus 1, which is again equal to 1. So this is equal to am. So we have 2m minus 1 multiplied by 3, which gives us 6m minus 3 plus 5 equals to am. Alright, now 6m minus 3 plus 5 becomes plus 2, and this is equal to 164. So m becomes equal to 162 divided by 6. And now you can divide 162 with 6, which gives us 6 2s are 12 and 6 7s are 42. So the value of m corresponding to this question, for which the Sn is equal to 3n square plus 5n, the value of m is equal to 27. Alright, so I have made you do this question just in order to make you realize the importance of this particular formula, that whenever you have to come to the nth term or general term of any sequence, be it any sequence, then you can use Sn minus Sn minus 1 equals to An, provided that Sn has been given in terms of n. Alright students, so I hope you must have enjoyed and you must have understood each and every concept of arithmetic mean along with their questions and the results. So students, we will continue further in our next lecture and subsequent lectures that are about to come. For today's class, this is it. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.